average stock level, which, as we said earlier, it is the average quantity of material that would be kept in the store on a regular basis. So there are two different formulas for computing this. The first one is just the minimum stock level plus the maximum stock level divided by 2. So on an average, what is the stock which you are maintaining in your store or in your purchase department, wherever you keep, maybe in your warehouse. So that is what we talk about, the average stock level. The word itself says, on an average, what is your stock requirement? That will be dependent on, primarily dependent upon the pace of the production activity. Suppose if the pace is very high, then the maximum requirement would be high. The maximum stock requirement would be high. Accordingly, that will affect the average stock level also. So that is why we say that average stock level is one formula for computing. That is, the simplest formula is maximum plus minimum divided by 2. And there is one more formula which you need to learn both these, because in different situations you have to apply this. Sometimes you may not be given with the information for computing maximum stock level. In that case, you have to go with your second formula, which is minimum stock level plus half of your reorder quantity. So reorder quantity is a quantity which you would be ordering at one time when you make a fresh issue, or when you make a fresh order for supply of material. So the second formula is minimum stock level plus half into reorder quantity. So these are the two formulas. It's not an optional one. You have to learn both these, because in certain cases, as I said, you may not be able to go with computation of maximum stock level. In that case, we can compute the average stock level from the information given, that is minimum stock level required by the firm. So minimum stock level plus half into reorder quantity. Now going with the last part, which is not connected with different stock level, but it is connected with the pace at which our stock gets converted into maybe the next stage, or the rate of usage of our raw material. That's what we call as the stock turnover ratio. Turnover, how fast our stock get converted into next stage, or how fast it is being used for the production process. Maybe if number of times is higher, then automatically the raw material requirement would be high and very frequent, right? So that is why we also compute stock turnover ratio to understand what is the level of requirement, what is the pace of requirement of raw materials within a store, right? And there is one more thing which we can understand very clearly by looking at the stock turnover ratio. That is, we will be able to understand whether this particular raw material comes under fast moving category or slow moving category. If the stock turnover ratio, the number of times it is being used, is high, which means we can categorize that under the fast moving category. And if number of times, that is stock turnover ratio, if it is low, we can categorize that under the category of slow moving raw material or slow moving product, right? So that is where we use the stock turnover ratio. That is also a tool used for efficient control of stock within the organization. So to conclude today, we were discussing upon different methods for controlling the availability of stock or inventory within a store. And the availability means it should be available at right time in right quantity. That's a basic idea behind that. Overstocking and understocking can cause problem for a firm. Understocking can break or can interrupt the production process. Overstocking can bring a lot of additional costs with respect to maintaining of that inventory or holding that inventory. At the same time, there are possibilities that the stock can become obsolete or outdated, right? So in order to avoid that, we use different stock levels within an organization, identify different stock levels within an organization to control it effectively. And then the other justification is, how do we know that? It is basically on the basis of the usage pattern within a firm. For a new firm, they might have to anticipate what will be the stock levels for the current year. And based on the current year's figure, they might plan for the future. But if it is a continuously operating firm, they can plan their stock levels based on the previous requirement, based on the requirement in the previous operating cycles.